Safety is our top priority at our exhibition grounds, and that includes inspecting the structure of your stand. In this video, we would like to explain whether or not your stand needs to be inspected in advance and what things you need to keep in mind during an inspection. These 5 steps offer you a simple explanation of structural inspections. Not all stands need to be inspected by a structural engineer. That is why you should begin by answering a few simple questions to see whether or not your stand actually requires a structural inspection. Does my stand have accessible platforms that are over 20 centimeters in height? Are there any accessible glass floors? Is my stand higher than 4 meters? Or is the stand, together with any individual components, over 4 meters in height? Is my stand located in the outer exhibition area? Are there any reusable temporary structures? These are constructions that are suitable for repeated use and which can be set up and dismantled at each location. Does my stand have 2 stories? Do I have any floor-ceiling connections? Are there any moving components like rotating stages or escalators at my stand? Do I have any constructions that are liable to tip over? If you can answer one or more of these questions with yes, your stand requires a mandatory inspection for safety reasons and for which a fee is due. If your stand requires an inspection, please submit your documentation to us. This can be done digitally and is quite simple. We require your structural calculations as well as dimensioned stand plans and perspective views or section views drawn to a suitable scale. Please upload these documents as PDF files using our online tool. Our exhibition grounds are host to numerous events with large numbers of stands. To ensure that everything runs smoothly at all times, we require your documentation in German or English by no later than 6 weeks before the start of setup. Once you have submitted your documentation, we will send you a confirmation of receipt. The stand plans will then be reviewed by our experts. This may take about 14 days. If no questions arise during this review, we will send you an approval of your plans. This means that you are allowed to proceed with your stand construction. If there are questions or something is not clear regarding your plans, we will inform you of this in your approval notice. If we have not received your structural documentation, approval will only be provisional and subject to the submission of the documentation. If we are unable to approve your plan, you will also be sent an email asking that you submit new plans. If you do not submit any plans, you will incur additional costs due to the additional work entailed. The next step is a review of your structural documentation by a second independent structural engineer. If you have structural calculations that have already been reviewed, please submit your documentation along with a detailed test report. The review must be performed on the basis of the requirements set out in the technical guidelines and of the conditions in the individual exhibition halls and outdoor exhibition areas. This is important for ensuring safe conditions on our exhibition grounds. That is why the second review is mandatory for every stand requiring a structural inspection. Has your structural documentation already been reviewed by a second independent structural engineer? If so, that is good. You have all the documentation you require. If you do not already have the results of an independent review of your structural calculations, Messe Frankfurt will commission a firm of engineering consultants to review your plans and invoice you separately as the exhibitor or stand constructor. There is still one more step that must be taken before you are ready for trade fair operation: a structural inspection on site. During setup, all stands requiring a structural inspection are visited by a team from the engineering consultancy and subjected to a final review. If any problems are discovered as the exhibitor or stand constructor, you are responsible for ensuring that these are rectified. Naturally, the structural engineers on site are your first port of call and will be happy to assist you with any questions. Measures will be taken in cooperation with technical event management to rectify any problems. You will also be charged for this structural inspection. The fees will appear on the invoice that we sent out after the trade fair. The structural inspection of your stand is an essential step for ensuring the safety and proper function of your stand. Our process ensures that we satisfy all statutory requirements and minimize any potential risks. By doing everything in good time and, most importantly, by providing your support, you help to ensure that trade fair setup runs smoothly. Because safety is essential for a successful trade fair.